this just
So,
popped up for me. Like, I think as we're talking about this, the biggest misconception that I've heard over the years is like marriage is 50-50.
mm, yeah.
And well, yes, like it is, but that doesn't always apply to like all of the roles and responsibilities. Like, I mean, going back to 1950s households, like you had the provider and you had the housekeeper, and we're not there anymore. But like life is going to have its ebbs and flows where, like, okay, maybe for a short period of time, everything might feel like 50-50,
Yeah.
but mother's going to have different responsibilities up here. Father's going to have different responsibilities up here. And you have to lead your household. And not every quality of parenting is going to be 50-50.
Yeah.
I heard
not every chore is going to be 50-50.
A great quote in that same vein. It was, marriage and parenting is a 60-40 relationship with each spouse trying to be the 60%. You're trying to do more to help that other one out. But as you said, it's going to go back and forth. And rarely is it right here where you're both doing the same. There's always somebody picking up the slack where there should be, or there should be the other person picking up the slack when the other person isn't. And I think if you can't figure that part out, I think you're really going to struggle, not just as a marriage, but as parenting partners. It's just going to be tough if you're not willing to flex and maybe do a little bit more at times. And guys, we have a bad rap for this sometimes. Is like, sometimes we're not striving to do that 60%. We're just kind of like, we'll just do the 40 and we'll be totally fine with it. Yeah. So, and that's not going to work eventually. It'll come to a head at some point. So,
yeah.
I mean, sure, there's rare cases where, like, if you are a dad working around the clock, 80 hours a week, like, hopefully you have a spouse that understands that and supports you. But we can't expect, like, okay, even if you are the breadwinner, you're bringing home the bacon, that doesn't mean you get to come home and sit on the couch, or like the only thing you do around the house is cut the grass. You got to do more.
No, I know, coming from like corporate America, my schedule, things can be always different, right? You've got events that happen at night, you have guests flying in, and you've got dinners and things like that. And there'll be a few nights in a week where I don't see the kids at all because I'm leaving early before they're even up. By the time I get home, they're already in bed. So Megan's taking on that full responsibility for those days, and God love her, because that's just something that I'm not built for. But what I have noticed is, like, okay, then how do I overcompensate when I do have the time now, knowing that she just put in all that work? And how do I flex up and do even 80-90% so that she can just have some time to unwind, so that she can rebalance and recalibrate as well? And I probably don't do it right all the time, but I try to keep that mentality of, again, I've got to flex up now because she just took on 72.
Just recognizing it, I think, is like awesome as coming from a dad. Like, again, because it goes back to, it's like a lot of us dads, we kind of just take a back seat, let mom do most of the work. If you're seeing that and striving to do that, I think that's fantastic. Like, you got it figured out,
you at least do your best.
You do your best. It's never
might
going to
not
be perfect.
Always there, but
it's never going to be perfect.